What's up everybody, my name is Victor and welcome to my YouTube channel, which is all about helping people navigate their spiritual awakening process. And today I invite you into my kitchen where I'm going to tell you guys how you can make a sound, healthy, high vibration smoothie. High vibration foods in general make you feel good. They help you align with the awesome energies that are present right now on the planet. They cause you to feel very clear-headed and just less weighed down by typical lower vibration foods. And the reason I'm making this video is because, quite frankly, even a lot of, in my experience, so-called like nutrition experts and places where you're going to get information about this sort of stuff give you very piss-poor advice. I'll give you an example. Just recently, I drove down, my family and I, we rode our bikes into the downtown area near our house, and there's this place called the Cacao Tree. It's a pretty cool place, man. You know, Michigan is typically about Budweiser and football and greasy bar food. There's really not a lot of like healthy options as far as like going out and dining is concerned, but in this little oasis in the downtown area, the Cacao Tree, is a completely raw vegan little restaurant. It's just full of fruits and vegetables and wheatgrass shots and little fun raw desserts. And I got this like a $12 smoothie. All these different superfoods. You know, you'd think for 12 bucks and like all these different ingredients, you would feel good. It was all raw vegan type of stuff. And yet, guess how I felt after? I felt lethargic. I felt like crap. You wanna know why? It's because most people make their smoothies with way too much sugar, way too little fiber. So you get the same, what they call an insulin spike, just like if you were to eat a piece of cake and you feel good for a minute, but then you crash, you feel tired. You can still get that easily from a lot of people's advice on how to make a smoothie. So I'm gonna give you guys 5 different components of a sound, healthy, fibrous, high vibration smoothie. I'm not gonna give you a particular recipe, I'm gonna give you more of a framework, okay? So, I always start with a low calorie, high water content vegetable, just to give it some, again, some mass. So, you know, otherwise it's gonna be like this big and you've gone through $10 of like produce. So cucumbers are great. I'll probably cut this piece in half. And again, there's probably like 10 calories, mostly water, but it's a nice healthy vegetable nonetheless, or a fruit, I don't know what they technically classify this, quite honestly. So that's number 1. Number 2 is a fibrous sweetener, meaning apple. Apples are naturally sweet and there's tons of fiber. Carrots are sweet as well. It's a vegetable. There's not a ton of fiber, but it's also less sugary than like an orange. Like, I'm not saying oranges are bad or pineapple or mango. Those are awesome and they're very tasty, but they're like almost pure sugar, very little fiber. So put an apple in there, put some blackberries, something again with that element of sweetness, but also the fiber. It'll minimize that insulin spike, okay? Number 3, don't skip this part, dark leafy greens. This is kind of like arguably the healthiest portion of a smoothie, and usually it's like very neglected, okay? So the best one I would recommend, especially if you're not really into smoothies and you want to try it out, is spinach. It's a dark leafy green. It's really healthy and you really don't taste it. You can put a lot of spinach in a smoothie. It'll turn the whole thing green, but it won't change the flavor. Now personally, I am fond of like kale and like collard greens, but that will adjust the flavor. And if you use too much, the whole thing will taste like kale, okay? So if you're starting out, again, this fulfills your leafy green requirement, which is extremely healthy. One of the main reasons I like it is because it alkalizes our pH. What the hell is all that about? Most people's pH balance is way overly acidic. Just from our environment, the typical Western diet, or just the typical diet that most human beings eat, is overly acidic, okay? And this can help. This is very alkalizing. This will help you become less acidic. And when your pH is balanced, you absorb nutrients at a greater degree, and it's just very healthy for you. And there's whole diets that are under the whole premise of the alkaline diet. Now you see alkaline water. In fact, I drink This is my colored water I drink. But I have an awesome water filter that spits out alkaline water, actually. So it's important. These last few things are going to be optional, okay? But I like to do them. I personally like to cycle through superfoods. A superfood is a food with an insanely high ratio of beneficial nutrition, antioxidants, vitamins per unit, per calorie. Okay, ice cream is the opposite. A lot of calories, very little nutrition. Where these goji berries, there's a million. Bee pollen, any like your green algae, like chlorella, spirulina, maca. I could go on for days, but there's a lot of different superfoods. Just look up superfoods. And I went through a phase where I would like put a little teeny bit of like 10 different superfoods in my smoothie, but it took me like 15 minutes to make a damn smoothie. So now I'll go through one until this is gone, and then I'll buy some bee pollen or something else, and I'll just kind of cycle through. It's a little easier that way. That's optional, you don't have to do it. These vegetables and fruits are pretty darn healthy in and of themselves. Another thing I recommend for most of you, because a lot of the complaints I would get as a trainer, a personal trainer, is when I would recommend smoothies, people would say, well, they just don't stay with me, you know, and how can you expect them to if you're only putting fruit and vegetables in? Fruit and vegetables are digested very rapidly by your body and assimilated, and then of course, then you're hungry because it goes through it very quickly. So I recommend adding a healthy dietary fat. I like personally coconut oil goes very well in smoothies. You can also use like flaxseed oil, hemp oil. Here we have some chia seeds. All good stuff. And fat makes you feel full. It gives you like that sensation of being like fulfilled. And it takes a while for your body to digest, so the smoothie will stay with you much longer. Lastly, I'm going to recommend, just you guys like to work out, I would add maybe a little bit of protein, okay? But you can even get like raw protein powder these days. It's kind of nasty, all the stuff I've had, honestly. But you can get a nice health. This is hemp protein powder. And protein also, for one, it helps you stay nice and built and nice and jacked if that's something you're into. But it also makes you feel full. And if you add an element of the fat and the protein and everything I just said, you're gonna have a freaking sound, badass, high vibration smoothie that will stay with you. You won't get that crash, and it can just be a nice, awesome little joy of your day. It's a very pleasant meal. You feel great. It helps your skin look good. It helps all your other food that you eat that day digest better. You'll have regular bowel movements. I can't say enough about it, man. But again, I see so many people getting these wrong. Some of these recipes I see like watermelon, one orange, lemon, mango. Oh my God, you're gonna be diabetic just as fast as the guy down the street eating cake every night, okay? So take this all into consideration. So that's all, guys. If you guys are smoothie drinkers yourself and you feel like sharing your favorite recipe, go ahead and leave them in the comments section, and we can build up a little recipe book for all the viewers, okay? With that, I'll close. Namaste. Peace.